Good afternoon, everybody. Uneducated Economist here. So I was just reading an article about the Department of Education canceling $150 million worth of student loan debt. And, you know, there was some criteria towards it, like your school had to shut down and you couldn't enroll for another 3 years after the school shut down and stuff like that. But I just kind of wondered what that $150 million meant to the overall grand scheme of things when it comes to student loan debts. Because right now, the student loan debts stand at $1,580,708 million, and then it kind of just rumbles on from there, right? And what is $150 million compared to $1.5 trillion? Because, you know, these numbers get so big and out of whack, it's hard to understand. So I actually wrote the number down here. I wrote out the student loan debt, and then I wrote out what minus $150 million worth. And out of fear of like embarrassment due to the fact that I have terrible handwriting, I'm going to show you guys anyway. And so in blue is the student loan debts, right? $1.5 trillion there. And what they want to do with this $150 million is make it look like that. And the only thing that changes is right here. And now to kind of put that in perspective, if you were to deal with this problem right now and you're like, okay, we're not quite sure how to deal with the problem, so what we're going to do is we're going to deal with just 1% of the problem and see what we can do. 1% of this $1.5 trillion would be $15 billion, right? $15 billion. And 1% of that is the $150 million that they're talking about, okay? So when they talk about like dealing with the $1.5 trillion student loan problem that's out there, $150 million doesn't even deal with 1% of the entire problem. And I have a feeling that they don't want to deal with the problem. And now, to be honest with you, the United States federal government, on their asset sheets, like close to 50% of their assets are these student loan debts. I mean, do they really sound like they want to deal with the problem? I mean, $150 million doesn't deal with 1% of the overall problem. All right. Uneducated Economist. Talk to you guys later.